through the crown and I'm wearing it gold. This game's full of players, but the moves are old. They talk a big game, but the bars don't hit. I'm the boss in this lane, yeah, I'm running this shit. Every case I flip, it's a mark on my grind. Trailblazing through the stories that they left behind. I'm a force in the dark, better know my name. Crystal's crime conversations, I'm in the game. Who do they fear when the lights cut low? Who's the boss in this place when the pressure shows? Speculate, dominate, stacking my flow. It's Crystal's Crime Chronicles, ready to blow. They wanna throw shade, but I'm built for the heat. In this jungle of the bed, I'm the queen of the street. While they fumble with the facts, I'm 2 steps ahead. Every move I make, leaving rivals for dead. It's a hustle, it's a grind, and I don't play fair. Every stream, every drop, I'm caught in my snare. They can hate, they can copy, but they'll never compete. I'm the one setting fires that they can't delete. Who do they fear when the lights cut low? The boss in his face when the pressure shows. Speculate, dominate, stacking my flow. It's Crystal's Crime Chronicles, ready to blow. I'm the champ, I'm the beast, I'm the queen of this realm. Got the haters in the rear while I'm steering the helm. They whisper my name, but they don't want the smoke. When I step to the mic, yeah, the system's broke. Late nights, hard vibes, I'm building my path. Cutting through the noise with precision and wrath. This ain't luck, it's power, this grind's my throne. Crystal's Crime Conversations, untouchable zone. Throw weak shots, but I'm armored in steel. Every beat that I drop's got that gangsta appeal. I'm a shark in the water, they're just fish in a pond. While they chasing little clicks, I'm beyond. From the depths to the heights, yeah, I'm claiming the crown. Every verse, every word, shutting it down. This is boss level shit, and I'm calling the plays. While the weak fade out, I'm here to stay. Who do the queen when the scene gets wild? Who's the name on the lips with a killer style? Speculate, dominate, stacking my flow. Crystal's Crime Chronicles, let the game unfold. They don't want to see me rise, but it's way too late. I'm a force, I'm a vibe, I'm controlling my fate. Every frame, every clue, yeah, I'm building my streak. Got the numbers on lock while they're looking weak. I'm a star in the shadows, the queen of the grind. They can run, they can hide, but I'll still redefine. This is power, this is hustle, this is legacy. While they drift in the dark, I'm shining in spades. They throw rocks at the throne, but my armor's thick. In this YouTube game, I'm the #1 pick.
I'm having a technical difficulty. I apologize. I tried to get back in time to make sure this was going to work. Maybe if I skip. Let me stop sharing a minute. Refresh. I hope you guys are all well tonight. Sorry I'm extremely late. Hi, Terry. Who else? That's it. Hello, Terry. Okay. I don't know what the hell is going on with this thing. There has to be a bad element in it. Okay, give me 1 second here, guys. I really do apologize. I'm extremely pissed off right now because I don't know what the hell the problem is here. Canva's been trying to put captions in, like allowing people to make captions, and their shit's been fucking up for like 2 days. Hold on. If this don't work, we'll just go watch the press conference. We'll have to come back to the other stuff another day. I'm getting so angry. This was just work, and I literally just finished my video and came live. It has to be. Hey, Weeby. Hey, little Dev. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second here. I'm having problems. This is really embarrassing. I worked so hard on this. All right. Let me. I think my cache might need cleaned. I'm going to do that. I'll probably get logged out, but I'll log right back in. Let's see if that's the problem. I'm back. Let's see if this worked. Oh. Jesus, it has to be Canva. I'm so pissed off right now. Wait, let's see.
Drivers.
We're in business. I took the beginning off with the copyright, so copyright applies. It's in my banner. Let's listen for a minute. I apologize.
Drivers seen in the area at the time of her disappearance have been identified and interviewed.
Not let this case sit and go sterile. We continue to focus on ground search efforts. We continue to focus on interviews of those who may have information about vehicles that have traveled through the area or technology that could have been used that may.
While we've not ruled out an abduction, we simply do not have any evidence at this point to confirm that's what occurred. For that reason, the ground search for Summer continues. It's possible that she wandered off and is lost and afraid. Sheriff Ronnie Lawson is going to talk more about what we need from property owners at this point. Sheriff?
Why not?
Thank you. First of all, I want to let everyone know that what a big asset that Mount Carmel Baptist Church has been to us. They've opened their doors, their church.
I should have uploaded
their
it.
fellowship hall, their land.
Importance of a command post. Centralized coordination. A command post serves as the heart of any organized response, bringing together all necessary personnel, resources, and information in one location. Centralization ensures that every aspect of the operation is coordinated and executed with precision. In large-scale operations, such as search and rescue missions, multiple agencies and volunteers often contribute.
Okay, so I think this part's important because if you guys have been paying attention to my community posts, I've been showing you the math, and they have reported numbers that to me don't make sense. And I feel that the Churchill Rescue Squad owes more than me or you, but the residents of Hawkins County, Summers family, and all of the volunteers an explanation, because their math isn't mathing, and I would like to see transparency in their math. Okay, but that's why this is important. But this is about an hour long, and it goes through this fucking shit went out. It goes through to the 21st and the 24th of June's publicity when they came out and talked. I can't think of the word. Hold on. Okay, let's just play this.
Without a centralized hub, overlapping effort. By providing a unified location for strategic planning, personnel assignment, and real-time updates, the command post ensures that every participant knows their role and responsibilities. This coordination extends to integrating local knowledge with professional expertise, ensuring that no resource is overlooked or wasted. Effective communication is the backbone of any successful operation, and a command post acts as its nucleus. With multiple agencies often involved, such as law enforcement, fire services, medical teams, and volunteers, consistent communication is critical. A command post enables direct, real-time interaction between these groups, reducing the risks of delays or misunderstandings. It also serves as the primary relay point for incoming and outgoing information, ensuring that updates about search progress, weather conditions, or new leads are promptly shared with all involved parties. Moreover, this communication hub facilitates the use of advanced technology, such as GPS tracking and digital mapping, which enhances situational awareness for everyone in the field. Strategic planning. A command post provides a controlled environment where leaders can analyze the situation, evaluate available resources, and develop or adjust strategies. This planning involves not only assigning tasks but also anticipating potential challenges and preparing contingency plans. For instance, In a missing persons search, the command post can compile and assess information like terrain maps, recent sightings, and weather forecasts to prioritize search areas. It also allows decision makers to adapt to new developments, such as shifting search zones based on updated information or reallocating resources when priorities change. This ability to strategize and adapt in a focused environment ensures that operations remain efficient and goal-oriented, even under pressure. 2. Activities at a command post. Information management. At the core of any command post is the collection and management of information. This includes gathering data from various sources such as witness reports, field observations, and technological inputs like drone footage or GPS trackers. Once collected, this information is carefully analyzed to identify patterns, prioritize search zones, and assess risks. The command post acts as the repository for all this data, ensuring that it is accessible to decision makers and teams on the ground. Disseminating accurate and timely updates ensures that everyone involved in the operation works with the most current information available, reducing the likelihood of errors or wasted resource allocation. A command post ensures that personnel, vehicles, equipment, and other resources are deployed effectively and efficiently. By maintaining a comprehensive overview of the operation, it can allocate resources based on the most critical needs. For example, specialized teams like K9 units or aerial search crews can be directed to areas requiring their expertise, while volunteers might focus on less technical tasks.
I knew I messed that
Operational
part up.
oversight. Monitoring the progress of the operation in real time is another critical function of the command post. This involves tracking the movements of search teams, ensuring they adhere to the planned strategy, and addressing any issues that arise. Operational oversight is maintaining detailed records of who is working where, which areas have been searched, and what resources are currently in use. This comprehensive tracking not only ensures accountability but also provides a clear record that can be referenced if the situation escalates or requires additional support. Communication hub. The command post serves as the communication hub, linking everyone involved in the operation. From field teams to supervisors and external agencies, the command post ensures that information flows smoothly and accurately. It facilitates the use of radios, satellite phones, and digital communication tools, ensuring that teams remain connected even in challenging environments. This centralized communication structure minimizes misunderstandings and keeps everyone informed about changes in strategy or critical updates. 3. Importance for searchers. Unified effort. A command post creates a sense of unity among searchers by providing a single plan of action and ensuring that all efforts are aligned. In high-pressure situations, such as a missing child search, disorganization can lead to wasted time or overlooked areas. By centralizing operations, the command post ensures that all searchers, whether professionals or volunteers, are working together under a coordinated plan. Safety management. Safety is a top priority in search and rescue operations, especially in rugged or hazardous environments. A command post monitors the location and status of all personnel, ensuring that everyone is accounted for and operating within safe parameters. It can quickly respond to emergencies, such as injuries or adverse weather, by dispatching help or recalling teams as needed. This centralized oversight also ensures that searchers are not working. Adaptability. Situations in search and rescue operations can change rapidly, requiring immediate adjustments to strategy. The command post's ability to collect and analyze real-time information allows it to redirect efforts as needed. For instance, if a new lead or sighting is reported, the command post can quickly mobilize resources to investigate. This adaptability ensures that no opportunity is missed and that operations remain flexible and responsive to the evolving situation. Community facilities like MT, Carmel Church. Accessibility. Community facilities like MT, Carmel.
Guys, I rushed through that part so fast because it wasn't done. There's probably going to be a lot of mistakes. We're going to skip this. I will repost the whole thing once I fix it. I had to take a lot out of this to be able to be ready, but here's what we'll do. We'll listen to the last slide, and then it's going to go right into Ansley.
Operation. About MT, Carmel Church. Mount Carmel Free Will Baptist in Rogersville, TN is a community church that offers spiritual services and activities for individuals seeking a place of worship. With a focus on fostering a sense of belonging and faith, Mount Carmel Free Will Baptist provides a welcoming environment for those looking to connect with others and deepen their religious beliefs. Its commitment to service and support makes it an invaluable asset during critical situations, such as the search for Summer Wells.
Good morning, everyone. This is Ainsley Daniel with WJHL. I am here in the Beach Creek community of Hawkins County as the search for missing
I'm
five-year-old
frustrated with this shit tonight.
Summer Wells
Canva's
is well
gonna
into
hear it.
its
I
fourth
know it's
full
time.
day here. There was an Amber Alert issued for her earlier this week. We'll get into those details for those of you that might not be fully aware of the case.
Let me show you guys why this is messing up. You see over here in Canva, they just added this, okay? So they've been working on it all week. It's an update. It's been broadcasted everywhere. We knew it was coming, but they didn't say when. It was going to be a surprise. And for the last 2 days, it's been causing me a fucking headache because it does not work right. It's messing my videos up. Part of the reason I didn't come live last night, other than my daughter did have her friend Ivy over, and they were loud as F, making pizza and acting fools in the kitchen. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to go past this again. We're going to go to Ansley. I've given it a moment. Let's see if it'll work. I'm really frustrated with Canva the last 2 days. I know they'll fix it and that will be amazing when it's finished, but there really needs to be like, okay, today's the day. We're going to fuck with your shit. All right.
Good morning, everyone. This is Ainsley Daniel with WJHL.
Let me try. I had the playback. Let me try putting it on normal.
Search for Summer Wells.
Good morning, everyone. This is Ainsley Daniel with WJHL. I am here in the Beach Creek community of Hawkins County as the search for missing five-year-old Summer Wells is well into its fourth full day here.
You know what? This is the whole, this was a different section than the one I shared earlier, but because that's giving a problem, we're just going to watch this one, and then I will come back to Canva and see if I can get it to work in a fucking minute.
Good morning, everyone.
So it's not Canva. I have an idea. I know what it is, though. Give me 1 second. Let me open up my task manager. The program I was using to make this is open, and it takes up a lot of room. Okay. This should have worked.
Good morning, everyone. This is Ainsley Daniel with WJHL. I am here in the Beach Creek community of Hawkins County as the search for missing 5-year-old Summer Wells is well into its 4th full day here. There was an Amber Alert issued for her earlier this week. We'll get into those details for those of you that might not be fully aware of the case if you're just now hopping in. But first, I want to say thank you to those that are joining us. I'm going to give it just a few minutes to let a couple of people join us. Now, again, there is really no big update right now. I'm just out here in Hawkins County. I'm here at the Watch Incident Command Center where all of the law enforcement and search crews are kind of gathering up here at Mount Carmel Free Will Baptist Church. I'm going to flip this around though, because I do want to tell you guys about something I just saw. So I did just see a search crew go through this field here. I'm about 1.8 miles from Summer's home on Ben Hill Road. Again, there was a search crew that just walked through here due to the tough terrain and things of that nature that we've been talking about all week, that law enforcement and these search crews have been talking about all week. We haven't been able to physically see search crews. They've been up in the woods. They've been in these places where media has not been able to get to it. So today has been the first day that we've actually been able, to kind of see the search expanded into the visible public eye. Now, the road where she went missing, Ben Hill Road, which is where she lives, is blocked off right now. Law enforcement say that it's too small for more than one vehicle to be down right now. They're stopped at both sides of it, so there's really no way for us to get into that road. And they're telling us that it's very small, so that way, media can't be in there, as well as, the search crews and things of that nature. But earlier, as I was driving from the media post, which is about 3 miles from here, to Mount Carmel Free Will Baptist Church, I did see several crews coming in and out. I saw several trailers and buses full of people getting ready to search. They're kind of, it was kind of in that early stage this morning around 9:30 or 10 as people were getting out to continue searching. I'm going to flip this around though so you guys can see the search command center here.
Fred, I want to make a plea to you. I try to look at everybody biasly and unbiasedly, and you know that. What if I said I would look at you completely unbiasedly, and I don't like drama and sassy more than I don't like you. So, if you'll tell me about the Marvin, about the Simpson, about the Up on That Hill, about the connection between them and Kathy, and why you came on here acting like you didn't know her and she came to jail, paying for you, giving you commissary, taking care of you for Ziggy, and how long Ziggy has known that you've been related, that you've been friends or related with her. I would like to know more about Bowers. And I would also, I'm very curious, you left me a comment earlier today, and I'd like you to elaborate on that. If you do that, I'll go full throttle for you. I'm curious, and I want to know why you are out here sneaking and saying stuff. One more thing that's bothering me. I briefly heard you and Ziggy talking about this is why I have reservations against you, dude. I actually have a lot of reasons. The smell on your truck. How does the smell get on your truck? I would like you to be more direct. I would like you to tell me if there's a possibility anybody else could have been driving your truck. I don't like Gavel and Krama. However, when I was watching one of their lives the other day, something piqued my interest. I've spoken to your sister Ellie, and not knowing her or ever having a personal conversation with her, I have no reason not to believe her. However, we don't know what happened this summer, right? And she knows that. I've told her how I felt. But your other sister, there was this big stink over the blue van. Candace's mother I'm trying to stop from doing that. The lady don't like it, and I've tried. Everybody just calls her that, and that's what I call her. I think it's kind of cute. She should own it. Anyways, Granda said she's seen a blue van. When Jody and I very first started talking, the issue Jody and I had immediately was that it was Andy's relative that was biracial. I knew Fred's sister had a biracial child. Nobody ever confirmed it with me until Ellie did. I didn't ask her. She came out right and told me that. I want to know why that van would not have been parked down by your house or your mother's house, but it was down parked somewhere on Ben Hill Road up in that direction. I have a lot of questions for you, and I don't like Gavel. I don't like Adrian, but that is a question I have had since before they ever even mentioned it, pretty much since day one, and the reason why Jody doesn't like me. She thinks I called her a racist. I didn't. She misunderstood what I was saying. However, I want to know if it's possible if you could be protecting somebody you love, Fred. I would also like to know an answer to what I asked you back a question you commented on this post, which was the land didn't belong to Andy. I asked you to elaborate.
Here as well. Give me 1 second and put that around. There you go, everyone. So as you can tell, we're on the other side of the road. That's just per the rules right now. But as you can see back there, there's a big TBI command center back there. There are several law enforcement cars. The other day when I was here, this is where the helicopter landed. So this church here has really allowed law enforcement and search crews to come in and really use this as a big command center. I see dive teams. I've seen the Kingsport Water Rescue Team. I've seen several unmarked law enforcement cars, as well as state troopers. So this is really just kind of where everything is going on. They're also on the other side. I know you can't really see kind of over there on the other side of that officer that's walking this way. On the other side over there, there's a Verizon post. There's also an AT&T post. I'm told that several people, that have been around here told me that they have brought in extra towers and things of that nature, because I'm not sure if you are from this area or if you are familiar with Hawkins County at all, but some things that law enforcement have been talking about is just how difficult this has been, number one, because of the tough terrain, but also because of the lack of service. Now, if you are here in the area, we have been talking about Hawkins County and their communications issues when it comes to 911 and emergency management for a couple of years now. Since I got my start here at WJHL, I know it's been a topic of conversation, and I believe it was before I even came here, but that has been brought up several times this week. Even we as reporters have, felt that there have been times where my phone's dipping in and out.
Here's what's strange to me about the blue van. It's because of Jody that I found it odd. It's because Jody was like, no, and fighting me tooth and nail, and then came over here attacking me, lying, and saying I called her a racist and all this other stuff, and she never would answer it. However, when I asked Ellie in my chat about the blue van, she was 100% honest with me. She told me that van was there that day. I already knew who it was. I just couldn't come out and say it until somebody said it publicly. That same day, Ellie claims that her sister, I have to go back to my chat. There's a reason I don't want to say it. But the last time we spoke about it, she said that the niece wasn't there, but her sister was, and Grandis still keeps talking about this blue van. Could it be somebody came there? Could it be somebody else was driving Fred's? I mean, the smell is on Fred's truck. Laura said that as well. When I came back like hard and I started getting my subs, Ziggy, that's what I was asking her about. Ziggy has gotten extremely quiet with me, and I don't like it. I think it's ridiculous. I haven't done anything too ridiculous to her except for call out Fred's lies. She claims they're not lies. However, the math don't math. Now Laura wasn't there. Laura wasn't there when the police were there, but she was there that night. And as a matter of fact, when they came in, the police were already at her house. She said it on Ziggy's panel. She spoke about it on PG's too. You guys know I have that video that I chopped up showing you guys. I have to go back through and find the clips. I will find the clips and I will pull them out. I had one this morning, but I wanted to compare them. So why is this story all of a sudden changing and Ziggy's just over there like, oh yeah, it's because of this, making an excuse for story changes? It doesn't make sense to me at all. But okay, I want to quit talking about that. I'm going to go back to my Canva and we're going to try to watch all of that again because I think I got my computer working. I refreshed it. I had Wondershare up. I was just editing right before I came live, and that program takes up so much memory, fucks my shit up. You can't run it while you're on the internet. I need to find a new program similar. Okay.
Drivers seen in the area at the time of her disappearance.
Not let this case sit and go sterile.
Bitch, hold on.
We continue to
I'm just leaving
focus
it.
on ground search efforts. We continue to focus on interviews of those who may have information about vehicles that have traveled through the area or technology that could have been used that may give us.
While we've not ruled out an abduction, we simply do not have any evidence at this point to confirm that's what occurred. For that reason, the ground search for Summer continues. It's possible that she wandered off and is lost and afraid. Sheriff Ronnie Lawson is going to talk more about what we need from property owners at this point. Sheriff?
Thank you. First of all, I want to let everyone know that what a big asset that Mount Carmel Baptist Church has been to us. They've opened their doors, their church, their fellowship hall, their land. As y'all see, this is a very remote area.
Importance of a command post. Centralized coordination. A command post serves as the heart of any organized response, bringing together all necessary personnel, resources, and information in one location. Centralization ensures that every aspect of the operation is coordinated and executed with precision. In large-scale operations such as search and rescue missions, multiple agencies and volunteers often contribute. Without a centralized hub, overlapping efforts or miscommunication can hinder progress. By providing a unified location for strategic planning, personnel assignment, and real-time updates, the command post ensures that every participant knows their role and responsibilities, significantly reducing inefficiencies and errors. This coordination extends to integrating local knowledge with professional expertise, ensuring that no resource is overlooked or wasted. Effective communication is the backbone of any successful operation, and a command post acts as its nucleus. With multiple agencies often involved, such as law enforcement, fire services, medical teams, and volunteers, consistent communication is critical. A command post enables direct, real-time interaction between these groups, reducing the risks of delays or misunderstandings. It also serves as the primary relay point for incoming and outgoing information, ensuring that updates about search progress, weather conditions, or new leads are promptly shared with all involved parties. Moreover, this communication hub facilitates the use of advanced technology, such as GPS tracking and digital mapping, which enhances situational awareness for everyone in the field. Strategic planning. A command post provides a controlled environment where leaders can analyze the situation, evaluate available resources, and develop or adjust strategies. This planning involves not only assigning tasks but also anticipating potential challenges and preparing contingency plans. For instance, in a missing persons search, the command post can compile and assess information like terrain maps, recent sightings, and weather forecasts to prioritize search areas. It also allows decision makers to adapt to new developments, such as shifting search zones based on updated information or reallocating resources when priorities change. This ability to strategize and adapt in a focused environment ensures that operations remain efficient and goal-oriented, even under pressure. 2. Activities at a command post. Information management. At the core of any command post is the collection and management of information. This includes gathering data from various sources such as witness reports, field observations, and technological inputs like drone footage or GPS trackers. Once collected, this information is carefully analyzed to identify patterns, prioritize search zones, and assess risks. The command post acts Once collected, this information is carefully analyzed to identify patterns, prioritize search zones, and assess risks. The command post acts as the repository for all this data, ensuring that it is accessible to decision makers and teams on the ground. Disseminating accurate and timely updates ensures that everyone involved in the operation works with the most current information available, reducing the likelihood of errors or wasted effort. Resource allocation. A command post ensures that personnel, vehicles, equipment, and other resources are deployed effectively and efficiently. By maintaining a comprehensive overview of the operation, it can allocate resources based on the most critical needs. For example, specialized teams like K9 units or aerial search crews can be directed to areas requiring their expertise, while volunteers might focus on less technical tasks.
Told you guys I made some mistakes. I rushed through this way.
Operational oversight. Monitoring the progress of the operation in real time is another critical function of the command post. This involves tracking the movements of search teams, ensuring they adhere to the planned strategy, and addressing any issues that arise. Operational oversight includes maintaining detailed records of who is working where, which areas have been searched, and what resources are currently in use. This comprehensive tracking not only ensures accountability but also provides a clear record that can be referenced if the situation escalates or requires additional support.
Okay, so I want to pause it there. So you hear that the Churchill Rescue Squad was put in charge of getting that command post put together. And if we go back and listen to that part again, one of their jobs, where was I? Hold on.
Communication hub.
One of their jobs is to log all of the hours. They have to make sure they know who was where and that it's logged. So when they go to those community meetings and they tell them what their hours are, those hours should add up in math. All of this was researched going through different legal channels, and I fact checked most of it. It was all right. So there was news articles. I did go through ChatGPT to do this, but you can ask ChatGPT to show you news articles or news clips or anything on the internet about it, and it fact checks it. So I tried. It should all be correct, but that's what the Churchill Rescue Squad's rule was, to make sure that they knew where everybody was at. That was one of their major rules. Okay. And how many hours they were there.
It includes maintaining detailed records of who is working where, which areas have been searched, and what resources are currently in use. This comprehensive tracking not only ensures accountability but also provides a clear record that can be referenced if the situation escalates or requires additional support. Communication hub. The command post serves as the communication hub, linking everyone involved in the operation. From field teams to supervisors and external agencies, the command post ensures that information flows smoothly and accurately. It facilitates the use of radios, satellite phones, and digital communication tools, ensuring that teams remain connected even in challenging environments. This centralized communication structure minimizes misunderstandings and keeps everyone informed about changes in strategy or critical updates.
Now, that goes into a lot of their communication issues, right? Like, if you can't keep in contact with somebody. However, when those people, they should have, in my opinion, remember, I'm a speculation channel. I'm not putting the Churchill Rescue Squad down. I think they were in peril when they were asked to do this task. And I feel like Hawkins County wasn't equipped. I don't feel that it's Churchill Rescue Squad's fault. But then you start thinking about it and you see the reward fund went all wonky. Everything's being logged funny. If you watch those committee meetings, they are, I think, approved for COVID funds. And we'll get to that one night. I took a lot of Captain Coop out of this because I have a lot more to get to. I mean, I don't want to put it on him. I just think that he maybe, in my opinion, wasn't prepared for something of this scale. And I feel that because of that, he hasn't been transparent. I feel that, in my opinion, the land that he claims was searched was not searched, because how are you going to have a searcher in there for 10 minutes? The math is on my community post, but the man hours and a number of people doesn't math. Whether he was talking about people just from Hawkins County and the rescue squad or the volunteers included, the math doesn't math. And I would like a math genius to go over my math for me and make sure that I'm correct. So I feel that Hawkins County Churchill Rescue Squad owes the public full transparency at this point. That's my opinion. I'm allowed to it. I don't know if others will agree with me, but you know, we've been going through all the Karama shit, this, that, just to find out that it's probably just them trying to make a documentary. Good luck to them. Let them go, let them flop, let them do better. I'm not here to down anybody. That's not my prerogative. I don't like them fucking people. I never will, no matter what. They can sue me, they can do whatever they want, but I'm not going to stoop to their levels with sneaky shit. You know what I mean? But I do feel that the whole community should be looking into the search operations, the funding for it, what agencies was there, what was used, what can they tell us that they logged. I mean, those are things that shouldn't be secret or hidden. That's not telling us where they searched. That's just full transparency about what they searched and how much land did they search, what the cost of it was, what they got in COVID funds. I think it's important for the people of Beach Creek and of Hawkins County, not for us, absolutely for Summer first. But this is an area where these people were living. And I also seen that, like, one of them committee meetings they were at right before Coop came in. I want you guys to remember that the fire departments were involved in this search. It wasn't just them. And it was my opinion that they treated that poor guy at the fire department like shit. We're going to watch that one night. I'm going to show you that. And I think that if we care about Summer, if there's a chance she ever does come home, we should care about the community that she lived in. My God, we've caused so many issues for that community as YouTube creators with the Karama and the drama all over, possibly all over a fucking docuseries. Fucking stupid. We should be looking at the facts. The news, Ansley Daniels, TBI, have all told us pay attention to the facts. Well, these are the facts. This is what they reported on. I think the search efforts in Summer Will's case is just as important as all these dumbass creators causing problems in Summer's case, especially if they're not having full transparency with their community members. And this is the community that Summer and her brothers and so many that we have become friends with, that I think it's important that we look into this for them, because what if another child goes missing? Are they prepared now? What if somebody did abduct Summer? Is that community prepared for a copycat or for the same person to come back and target another child? We need to make sure that this never happens in Hawkins County again. They got issues, in my opinion. SAR or volunteers. And yeah, they're all volunteer. A lot of people came in. It's also my opinion, after watching a lot of this, that Captain Coop was ignorant as fuck to people that came in out of state. But that's just from seeing what I seen. Maybe my mind will change when we go through it again. You guys can maybe try to change my mind. I allow you to have your own opinions. It's just an opinion here. I didn't like how he really didn't like, he did. There was a couple times he was like, oh, we have them. There was one time he was really good, and he was like, they come in when we're tired. We'll see it. It's in here. They come in. I think I left it in here. I might not have. No, I think I took it out. It'll be coming up. But they come in when we're tired, and then we switch out. But then in the same one, he's just like, oh, the local people. They didn't welcome outsiders at all. And I think that communities like this that need help, if you want help and you want people to advocate for your area, especially people like me who have caused an issue for your area, right? The only way I could think to make that up to you is to show what I believe, in my opinion, is corruption. I don't understand why it is these numbers ain't mathing. That's an issue. Let them do the investigative stuff. Us as people, we can look at this and say, hey, wait, did you really search everywhere you should have searched? Because I think we've all been here long enough that Summer deserves that, to look at these numbers and where all the money went that they collected in, and the donations and everything with the reward that they were in charge of. Not that the YouTubers were in charge of, because to be honest with you, there was problems with that reward fund prior to the YouTube money ever getting to it. And I'm going to show you guys that. People were angry that that guy that was donating money, I've already started to show you, didn't sign the check, and Trev didn't give his check. Then all of a sudden Trev was like, oh, okay, I sent it. His was only $3,000. I appreciate Trev for doing that. I still think Trev has different ulterior motives, in my opinion. If this documentary is true. Okay, so I'm just going to get back to this. I said a mouthful. I'm going to let you guys watch for a minute, and I'm going to smoke a cigarette. But I hope you guys are all getting my point. And I hope you'll join in and look at the search and see that they did what's correct for Summer, for her community, for her family, for the people that loved her, for her friends, for her brothers.
Three, importance for searchers. Unified effort at command post creates a sense of unity among searchers by providing a single plan of action and ensuring that all efforts are aligned. In high-pressure situations, such as a missing child search, disorganization can lead to wasted time or overlooked areas. By centralizing operations, the command post ensures that all searchers, whether professionals or volunteers, are working together under a coordinated plan. Safety management. Safety is a top priority in search and rescue operations, especially in rugged or hazardous environments. A command post monitors the location and status of all personnel, ensuring that everyone is accounted for and operating within safe parameters. It can quickly respond to emergencies, such as injuries or adverse weather, by dispatching help or recalling teams as needed. This centralized oversight also ensures that searchers are not working. Adaptability situations in search and rescue operations can change rapidly, requiring immediate adjustments to strategy. The command post's ability to collect and analyze real-time information allows it to redirect efforts as needed. For instance, if a new lead or sighting is reported, the command post can quickly mobilize resources to investigate. This adaptability ensures that no opportunity is missed and that operations remain flexible and responsive to the evolving situation. Community facilities like MT, Carmel Church. Accessibility community facilities like MT, Carmel Church are often strategically located, making them ideal for use as command posts. Their proximity to search areas allows for faster deployment of teams and resources, reducing response times. Additionally, their location within the community makes them easily accessible to local volunteers and residents who may wish to assist or provide information. Infrastructure. Many churches and community buildings, including MT, Carmel Church, are equipped with the necessary infrastructure to support a command post. This includes meeting rooms for planning sessions, kitchens for preparing meals for searchers, and ample parking for emergency vehicles. These facilities provide a ready-made base of operations, saving valuable time and resources that would otherwise. Community support. Beyond their physical assets, community facilities foster a sense of unity and cooperation. Churches like MT, Carmel are deeply embedded in their communities, often serving as gathering points for residents during crises. This connection can inspire local support, from providing meals and supplies to volunteering in the search effort. The goodwill and trust these institutions engender make them invaluable assets. About MT, Carmel Church. Mount Carmel Free Will Baptist in Rogersville, TN is a community church that offers spiritual services and activities for individuals seeking a place of worship. With a focus on fostering a sense of belonging and faith, Mount Carmel Free Will Baptist provides a welcoming environment for those looking to connect with others and deepen their religious beliefs. Its commitment to service and support makes it an invaluable asset during critical situations, such as the search for summer wells.
Okay, before we get back to Ansley, I will fix that and repost it at some point, just like I was going to fix and repost a million other fucking things. But eventually, when I'm bored and feel like taking a break and just want to go through and post a whole shitload of videos, I'm going to go through all these little pieces I've made and post them separately. So one day you will get that fixed. I'm not going to make a promise that it'll be right now. Sorry. At least I'm honest. Okay. Now we just already went over a lot of the Ansley, but this was another angle. She had repeated in this Facebook Live like 3 times over and over what was going on, adding a few more details. Now, this isn't the whole thing. I have the whole thing. She did say some interesting things about Dawn and Candace. Another day, I'm going to make another video. That's why I'm going through these now, so that I could get through the timeline. This is pretty much the end of it. You guys are going to watch it a little bit backwards as my videos post. But this is just another little piece of it when she was explaining the command post.
Good morning, everyone. This is Ainsley Daniel with WJHL. I am here in the Beach Creek community of Hawkins County as the search for missing 5-year-old Summer Wells is well into its 4th full day here. There was an Amber Alert issued for her earlier this week. We'll get into those details for those of you that might not be fully aware of the case if you're just now hopping in. But first, I want to say thank you to those that are joining us. I'm going to give it just a few minutes to let a couple of people join us. Now, again, there is really no big update right now. I am just out here in Hawkins County. I am here at the Watch Incident Command Center, where all of the law enforcement and search crews are kind of gathering up here at Mount Carmel Free Will Baptist Church. I'm going to flip this around, though, because I do want to tell you guys about something I just saw. So I did just see a search crew go through this field here. I'm about...
I love Ansley. I know some don't. I know one don't. Hey, Karen. How you doing today? I have a question for you. I'd like you to go, the Ansley video I posted, go read Fred's comment. I'd like to know. I think you should read it. That's all. I don't want to, but I'm happy you're here. But anyways, this right here, it's about this. I just think you should look at it. I don't want to comment on it or give names or things like that, but Fred had said something in one of my comment sections. I asked him to elaborate on it, and he's not. And I know he watches my shit because he referenced something who I was just going to say Holler Girl talking about Ansley. Holler Girl said in my chat the other night, so I know he's watching. And I also heard Ziggy say, and she seemed frustrated by it a couple weeks ago, that it's 24/7. Fred's watching Summer shit 24/7, 24/7. And she seemed like, you know what I mean? And I'll show you guys that. So I know Fred's watching, and I made a plea to him. But you should see what he put, Karen, because you might be able to clear up what he said. Okay. That's why I don't want to comment too much on this fire right now. I'm going to skip Ansley for the moment. We're going to re-go over this another night. Karen, I may write you tomorrow. Okay. We already watched some of this. I will it's the same as the one I posted. I didn't post anything much different because I want to go over the other parts another time with something else. Okay.
With that said, we're using every available resource that we have. And today, I want to use you all. I want the word to get out to all the residents.
I want to scream. I want you all to know that. I don't know why it has to be the Canva. It's still doing it. I've taken out all the elements. I've closed down Wondershare. I'm going to punch this fucking thing tonight.
In the Upper Beach Creek community, Hawkins County, and Sullivan County, we need the...
Maybe if I don't click over on a tab, I can't see chat. Maybe if I don't click over on a tab, I'll just pause and talk. Because it seems to be working when I don't click over.
Residents to go back today, tonight, tomorrow, as soon as possible, go back and check their entire property, any outbuildings, any barns, any place a child could hide. We desperately need you to do that for us. It's easier for you to check your own property than it is to send officers there. We have not stopped.
We don't have the evidence in this case to know for sure whether or not Summer was abducted or whether or not she walked away from
We'll open it up for a few questions at this time.
Okay, so that cut. I'm going to go fix it real quick. It's a very short clip. It's only 14 seconds long. Here, I'm just going to make it there. I want you to hear what he said at the end of that because it confirms what we all heard in the beginning, and this interview was this year.
We don't have the evidence in this case to know for sure whether or not Summer was abducted or whether or not she walked away from her home and became lost.
Abducted or walked away from her home and became lost. What he did not say was somebody came in the basement and took her down a dog trail. Words matter. Their whole demeanor had changed, and you're going to see that.
We'll open it up for a few questions at this time.
Just wondering, has Summer ever wandered off before?
According to family members, it's not common for her to wander off.
Saturday, there was a pretty extensive search into the evening. Can you elaborate on what that tip was and why there was such a...
That tip would have been possibly if around where that fire was and where they went on the 20th and stayed until the 26th, 27th, searching was strictly in that one area on Fields where that fire was, where it's rumored, I believe Fred said, shallow grave. You got to question, why was that fire there? The searchers go there all of a sudden. That day, they're going through the woods and something catches on fire. I would like to know how that fire started. Here's the problem. In Summer's case, the horse stables have been burned down. We hear Laura say the hillside has been burned down. You hear the fire department go in and ask for $3,000 and get denied. They tell you about what kind of condition their equipment's in. After they leave, I swear the guy said 3,000. We're going to re-listen to it, but after we leave, they come in, the Churchill Rescue Squad. The committee's very angry at them because they're not sharing Summerwell's information with them. Then Coop says, well, you're welcome to come down. Do you know the address of the fire by chance? I don't, Danny. I forgot about this, that it was caught on camera, until I put a search in. I was listening to the press conference and I was doing a search on all the things, and something came to mind, and I was like, let me go in there and look. I think I was even looking for something else, and I found this, and it went with what I was looking for. So I was like, oh shit, this is even better, But I did remember once I seen it that this had happened. That's what I was going to say before, and I cut my own self off. Damn. Haller, I think, doesn't like Ansley, but notice how when Ansley points to that fire, she's just like, oh, we noticed the searchers, and she totally ignores the fire and doesn't even tell you about it. But other than that, there's another part of her right before she turns around to look at the church, and that's what I think I was trying to show you guys. I think I left it in that clip. Was that she turns, right before she turns the camera around, a truck comes and it's really, really loud, roaring its engine, and it catches her off guard and it takes her attention away from the camera. And then that's when she starts fidgeting with the camera, and when the truck pulls away, she points the camera over at the church. I found that a little funny. There was no traffic and no reason for anybody to stop and rub their horn, and you can hear the truck pull away, not into a parking lot. There wasn't no fire on my mountain. No, not on the mountain, Karen. I know not yours, but he was saying, can I just say it? Are you going to give me permission? Because I don't want to dox, or he just gave me a last name. He said it was connected to your family. That land was. He said it isn't Andy Bernard's, that it's a Morlocks where the fire was. So I was hoping you can maybe clear up whatever, if you knew what started the fire, or because the searchers were there at that same moment. And if you look at the street, it is across the street from where Andy's property would be. Just weird. I don't know. It is a Morlock's property. Oh, God. That's not your mountain. Your mountain's way down, right? Oh, you don't know? Okay. Just thought I'd ask. All right. Let's get back to this press conference. I talk and get off track. I don't know why. I just chat. I feel like I'm talking to myself because I can't physically see you guys. It's weird. Like I said, I have to get used to this live stuff. I'm getting better.
Large presence of police come back out.
Anytime we have information that could potentially lead us to locating someone, we're gonna.
It's really important to us to not focus all of our efforts on just one of those two. We think that the only way we'll be successful in finding Summer is to continue to walk down both of those investigative paths to ensure that we don't become focused on one area. Say this case has not gone cold. A cold case is typically framed up as a case where there are no tips or leads that are coming in, and there are no investigative efforts that are happening because there is no place to travel with the investigation. I would say in this case, thanks to the public, we've continued to have tips and leads that have come in that agents have been able to follow up on continuously. And the agents have worked tirelessly when tips and leads weren't coming in to try to find ways to investigate when typically people would lay down their effort. When typically people would lay down their effort. Continued to have tips and leads that have come in that agents have been able to follow up on continuously. And the agents have worked tirelessly when tips and leads weren't coming in.
Agents were working tirelessly when tips and leads weren't coming in. Do you hear that? Okay. I'm on the county line. Yeah, that's what I said. I didn't think that area was yours. I just thought maybe you might know because Fred said the land belonged to a Morlock. And all this time, he's also been saying that Andy was going over to Fields Road. Is it possible? Speculating, did Andy go onto the Morlock property? Is there, there's so many possibilities. I'm not blaming it on a Morlock, but Fred threw another name out there, and I just thought I would clear it up before it became speculation or rumor if anybody wanted to clear it up. Okay.
To try to find ways to investigate when typically people would lay down their effort.
So they would lay down their effort because nobody was calling in tips. But I also want you to hear what he says about the speculation. And at the end of it, he's not saying he's saying that they speculated by not speculating. It's really fucking weird, but it's coming up. I want you to listen closely.
It's been a great partnership between the community and law enforcement.
And last thing before I wrap up, one thing I want to touch on is just how much the TBI has stressed to be careful about rumors and speculation. Again, they've received about 85 tips, and none of those have panned out just yet. However, if you do see something, please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. If you know something, hear something, please report that tip in, but definitely be careful about what you're seeing and what you're sharing on social media. The TBI has stressed that in this case as well as others. They say that they have to follow up on every single case, and if it does look suspicious, definitely send it in. But again, they said be careful what you're.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let the parts that are bad just play out. You guys can hear it. I don't know. You heard her say it sounded like she was saying the TBI was overwhelmed with tips. You just heard Josh Melton say that because of that, they weren't getting any tips. People don't know when to call in. Okay, there is a change at TBI, in my opinion. I want you to continue listening, but I'm going to let this skip around. I'll try to repost all of them. You guys know.
This is a question more for maybe Leslie and Sheriff Lawson. You just mentioned that you have used some surveillance video, things that you had asked for earlier. Maybe can you elaborate what you saw in that surveillance video and how that might have helped you?
Well, as you know, and you guys helped us get the word out, we asked residents to let us know if they had surveillance cameras around their home or trail cameras. Residents.
Ansley asked her, earlier, you told us that you seen something in surveillance that was a good tip. I think, was they talking about the area of the fire that everybody was searching for days and days and days? However, there was a credible tip that they considered. There was something credible that was called in that got the helicopters there, because the original question was about the tip that was called in the video with the helicopters I showed you guys the other day that I posted. Okay, hold on. That happened right after the 19th in the early morning hours of the 20th.
Have reached out. We've reviewed.
In the middle of the night. And you hear Captain Coop in one of his clips say, well, I think was in this press conference right here. I don't know if I have it. But if the TBI needs us, even in the middle of the night like they did the other day, we'll be there.
To not let this case sit and go sterile. We continue to focus on ground search efforts. We continue to focus on interviews of those who may have information about vehicles that have traveled through the area.
I'm sorry. I know we've talked a lot about there's two different operations going on, Find Summer as well as the investigation. Is there more on the investigation side?
This thing's skipping. I'm not going to go back. But in the clip where I started jabbering again, they were saying it was about the vehicle. She was saying, we seen all the vehicles on the cameras, that the tip was, that's what I forgot to say. The tip was a vehicle on the camera. Was that tip something about the red truck? Because at the same time, right after this on the 26th, that's when the red truck comes out. Not long after, the 24th. Sorry, I think it was the 24th, not the 26th. Yeah, okay. My dates might be wrong. You guys can go fact check them. I'm almost positive it was the 24th, and my videos will show that.
That you can tell us into anything that you've talked with family members or anyone who last saw her since we last spoke on Friday.
We've interviewed so many people in the community on the road, and we're still jointly working with TBI and the FBI, and everything is really going real well. We cover each other's tracks.
How is her family doing? I mean, this is going into day 7. Tomorrow will be day 7 since their child has gone missing and no leads in this massive search operation. How is her family holding up? Have you spoken with her parents?
We've spoken with her parents. I can't speak for them. They spoke with you. They're being cooperative. Of course, they're upset. So we continue to keep them updated.
Last week, you also talked a little bit about speculation and social media rumors. Has that continued to get worse over the weekend? And does that continue to maybe even cause hindrances?
Sure, it's always a battle. We ask residents with credible information to call TBI Find and submit tips through that avenue. We find that we're receiving a lot of tips that is a screenshot from Facebook. It's an opinion or speculation. That's not a credible tip.
Many people have speculated what they think has happened in this case. The difficult part of the speculation is that if we as investigators speculate and
Pay attention to his words, they matter. If we as investigators speculate, hold on,
focus our efforts in one direction,
and focus our efforts in one direction,
we're making a huge mistake.
We're making a huge mistake.
We have to make sure that we're being completely comprehensive as we investigate, and being focused in one direction is a tragedy for an investigation. So
being focused in one direction is a tragic for investigation. Sheriff Ronnie Lawson is under a gag order right now. I'm curious as to why.
Until we find evidence that points us in a direction that we know is the right direction, we'll continue to be comprehensive. We'll continue to explore.
Did you have a question?
Shit. Hold on.
Every option that can be out there, and we would continue to ask for the public's help in doing so.
We will continue. He's saying they speculated, not the public, and he will continue to ask the public's help in doing so. Words count.
Many people have speculated what they think has happened.
Did you have a question?
I was going to ask.
Okay.
Has the family been ruled out? I know they said that they understood you investigating them and interviewing them. Have they been ruled out at this time or still?
As we've said time and time again, the circumstances leading to Summer's disappearance are very much under investigation. And at this time, we continue to explore all possibilities. Okay, thanks for coming, guys. We appreciate the continuing coverage. We appreciate the community and all their support. And again, I can't stress enough, anyone with information is asked to call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Thank you.
A lot of the fields are overgrown. You don't know where you're stepping, crossing fences. Never know what the next step holds. I keep coming back personally because I have a 4-year-old.
I knew it. You see that? The fucking text shit just come up. It was Canva. They're fucked up because they're working on their shit. That shit. No, I ain't opening that shit right now. But thank you. I will play with it tonight. Hold on, guys. I'm coughing. Oh, I don't know. I never looked into Solomon Little Dev. That's one of the churches I've never looked into. I honestly haven't looked into any of the churches, except for maybe I asked a couple questions to like Karen or Fred about the little church in the back that everybody's seen and was asking questions about. I never really went after Dawn and Candace's church. I mean, I did question Robin a few times. Like, I really don't like that she X'd out the truck. I think that's the only thing I question besides her interactions with Lamplight, which to me is still funky. However, if this is a Netflix docuseries, that they're doing, and they played all these games. They purposely caused confusion in a case they're trying to make a documentary about, and that pisses me off even more. So yeah, I did post a letter on my community post for all of those. If the documentary is true and if it comes out and you want to write the production company or the network or whoever's going to air this, whoever you can, I'll find out who the big people are, and you can copy and paste that letter, add your details to it. Those are just some of my details. They're mainly based on the doxing of Jody Sue and her daughter and all of that. I didn't add my personal stuff yet. That was just the few things I added for Jody. I think Jody should do the same. Bobby and Andy, I think, are second cousins. Oh, thank you, Karen. There you go. Who asked that? Little Dev. It was mentioned in the news. Oh, yeah, they did. That's where the news media was up at Solomon's, right? Isn't that church? Or Solomon's the one that had the prayer vigil, which I had in my video the other day. Yeah, I think that's the one at the end of Beach Creek, right? Just confirm. Okay. Let's see if this will work now. Should I refresh it? I know where I'm at. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I told you guys it was Canva. How's that shit going to pop up right now while I'm live? I can't wait to play with it. It's going to be worth the frustration, I feel. Because all these captions, I write out myself. A lot of copy and pasting, but it's a pain in the fucking ass. Excuse my French. You all have heard way worse from me. You know what to expect here. Okay. I was at the park. Oh, Corey. The fire guy we were just listening to, he was the guy that asked for $3,000, and Tim Coop even stood up for him. So I have to say that, because he was like in the committee meeting, like, if it wasn't for Cody here, this is a good guy, and it breaks my heart to hear him talk about Summer, comparing him to her daughter. A lot of these searchers, just like us, they put their heart into this. I really do not think that if there was corruption, it was done on purpose. I just feel that this area was not prepared, and they need to be prepared for shit like this. What if there's war or something? You know what I mean? Like, y'all can't even handle looking through the woods for a little kid. I mean, that's hard. It's hard. That terrain looks rough as fuck. And I've seen pictures like it's at the other side of the county line. Karen sends me pictures all the time. I posted her bear videos. That terrain ain't easy. Okay.
Thank you.
A lot of the fields are overgrown. You don't know where you're stepping, crossing fences. Never know what the next step holds.
It's working. Yay, and I got a new toy. Okay.
I keep coming back personally because I have a 4-year-old daughter, and she's exactly the same size, blonde hair, same size foot. And I can't just stop thinking, like, what if this was her? I would want people to be coming back. You know, just make it.
All stones are being turned over. There's not one thing that's being done. We've been extremely creative as we've investigated this case and continue to try to find ways to turn over rocks that we didn't even know that were there to turn over. Children are our top priority at TBI. They're
Turn over rocks we didn't even know were there to turn over. They weren't getting tips. That's what this guy was saying, and he didn't want to come out and straight say it. We have not seen Leslie. It's my opinion. She either got demoted to a different position, it's just opinion and speculation, or that they fired her. It's my opinion that the TBI told Hawkins County to shut the F up. I really believe that they are still investigating Summer's case and that they thought that this interview would get them tips. Now, there is a such thing as frivolous tips, and we're going to go through. I'm not getting off of here till I'm done with the whole thing tonight, or at least the one part. We can come back to the other thing tomorrow. No, we have to watch some of it tonight. Okay, so we're going to get into what you could do so that TBI and FBI, you don't have to call in tips all the time. If you feel it's not so much of a tip, okay, but it's just speculating, but it's a real possibility, you can put tag words and things in your videos that will send a hit right to TBI. And I'm going to really dig into what all of the tag words and stuff are when you're like making a post or something, a hashtag, or if you're posting a video that will help them get to see it. However, the locals or anybody not local that has physically seen Summer or physically knows something or has heard a physical confession and has proof that they know where Summer is, your ass needs to call 1-800-TBI find, because somebody's going to find your ass, I promise. Somebody's going to figure out what happened. It's my opinion. This TBI agent doesn't blame the parents, and he doesn't blame, I don't know. It sounds like he thinks that she was abducted. Out-of-staters, pay attention. People who are out of state, print out flyers if you got a printer. If you work at a job that has a printer, print out flyers. Lady R had an amazing idea one day. She said, and it's not really an idea, I've seen it, I just never thought of it. Post them on garbage cans rather than telephone poles, because people are throwing things away. They're purposely looking at the garbage can, especially on a city sidewalk where it has like an opening. You have to actually look and see what's in it. Put it right on top of it. They allow that. Do it with tape. Do it so that it'll come off. You can post them in public bathrooms, at your grocery stores. Here in Pittsburgh, we have, hey, Oreo. Wow, that's crazy, Karen. We'll talk. We should have a real phone conversation one day. I've been talking to you forever in chat. I had to go to your video to hear your voice improve. That's not squall. Promise, that's not squall. Okay, so yeah, whatever. Here we go.
Most vulnerable population that we have. They're our most precious things in our world. TBI has always placed an emphasis on missing children, and we've done that through multiple programs that are established here.
This shit's all fucked up. That's because it was all messed up when I was making the video and I was rushing to make it. I
Typically,
knew
we have a couple of agents assigned to an investigation, and that's been enough. We've had over 6,500 leads, tips and leads come in on this case. Those have all been reviewed. They've been worked. We continue to get those. And it is a monstrous task, but it's one that's not overwhelmed us. We have been strategic in the way that we've handled this investigation.
It is a monstrous task, but it is not one that has overwhelmed us. The word not. Words matter.
Some of our most talented agents assigned to this case.
So when Jody Sue sits over there on her ass and says, "Yins are clogging up the TBI line and this, that, and the other," I want you to know that Jody Sue's full of shit and didn't nobody ever fucking tell her that. Because, or maybe the old crew here, but this Josh Melton, I have hope in him. I have hope that they send him out because he's just a publication part. No, he's a director, right? Yeah, he's a director. No, of communications. I have to go back and look. Whatever. He came out with 100%, thousand, million, trillion percent tone. Jody Sue has been out here scaring people from calling in tips. People like Jody Sue, in my opinion. It has not been overwhelming for us.
It's not overwhelmed us. We have, those have all been reviewed. They've been worked. We continue to get those. And it is a monstrous task, but it's one that's not overwhelmed us.
Has anybody else ever gone over this?
We have been strategic in the way that we've handled this investigation. We have some of our most talented agents assigned to this case, some of our most talented intelligence analysts from the Bureau assigned to this case. We have brought in subject matter experts within TBI from across the state to assist.
I can't wait to look into subject matter experts. I've done it before. It's fun. Okay. Anthropologists. That's the stuff I want to post about. I know you guys might think it's boring, but I'll make it fun with music and stuff. Pay attention. That's how you learn. That's how you learn how they investigate these cases. I'm no cop or nothing, but I can listen to what they know. Shit. You know what I do sometimes? I go online and I read college. They have shit for college for free. You can go read free college courses to learn. I do that.
In this investigation, we have thrown everything that we know to throw at this case, and we haven't had the answers that we need to get. We know we'll get them, but we don't have them today. When I see the picture of Summer Wells, I see my daughter. And I can tell you that if my daughter was missing, I would sure hope that somebody was looking for her every day. And it brings me concern and satisfaction, really, the concern that we don't have the answers, the satisfaction of knowing that we have the best agents at TBI that are working on this case in connection with other local law enforcement and federal agencies who are doing their best. And if my daughter was missing, all of the people that are working on this case are the people who I would choose to work on a case.
Well, my wife was just left the district attorney's office.
Okay, let me make sure I'm unmuted. I am. All right, guys. So we're going to watch. This was a pretty long press conference. I just want to watch because we still got a lot of time on here, but I'll definitely be up to my 2 hours when I get to the part about how the system works and how FBI and TBI see everything we're posting, and to prove that they have monitored everything we have done. Okay.
With the FBI, and she passed her lie detector test, and then they told her to hurry down to
Leslie Earhart with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. The status is the same as it was on Monday when we last held a media briefing. We're still trying to find Summer. It's now been 1 week, 2 days since she went missing. There's still two aspects of this case: the active search and the investigation. You'll hear more about the search in just a minute. TBI agents and Hawkins County detectives working alongside the FBI continue to work around the clock to determine what happened to Summer Wells. In order to preserve the integrity of the investigation, we can't discuss everything we're doing and have done to find Summer. Here's what we can tell you. Numerous residents and individuals associated with the family have been interviewed. Surveillance video and photos have been reviewed, as well as other potential digital evidence. We're still working to identify everyone in the area on the afternoon that Summer went missing. One of you asked us in a previous briefing the standard amount of time it takes for a case like this to be resolved. While every case is different, this one is definitely outside of the norm. Typically, in an investigation like this one, we have some idea of where the case is headed and what might have happened within a few days. In this situation, despite doing everything within our power and exploring all avenues, the circumstances leading to Summer's disappearance remain unclear. I understand the lack of answers frustrates you in the public, but trust me, no one is more frustrated than we are. If we develop information that will lead to locating Summer, we will share that with you first and foremost. In the meantime, we ask anyone with information who hasn't come forward to please call 1-800-TBI-FIND. I'll turn it over to Sheriff Ronnie Lawson.
Thank you. Just to go along with Leslie, I know there's a lot of social media going on out there, a lot of detectives going on, but they're absolutely useless unless these people that's 100% positive.
Here's a combined look at how law enforcement monitors social media platforms like YouTube, the roles each agency plays, and the specific focus areas in a high-profile case like Summer Wells, where public and family engagement on YouTube adds a unique dimension. FBI and TBI roles in social media monitoring in complex cases like Summer Wells. Both the FBI and TBI are involved in monitoring various social media platforms, especially YouTube, due to its rich, detailed video content. The FBI has the most advanced resources for analyzing digital platforms, using their cyber division to monitor national and international data. The TBI, meanwhile, would focus on content with local relevance, working closely with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office HCSO to follow leads from community-based sources. Hawkins County's local monitoring, the HCSO might conduct preliminary monitoring of social media based on local tips, but lacks the specialized resources of larger agencies. When they receive significant leads or observe noteworthy online behavior, HCSO forwards this to TBI or FBI for deeper analysis, ensuring all digital content is examined thoroughly for potential clues. Tools for social media monitoring agencies like the FBI and TBI employ tools like Babel Street and Datameter to track keywords and analyze trends on social media. The illegal drug trade is an ever-growing threat, bringing crime, violence, and destruction to societies worldwide. This is particularly evident in the United States, where drug overdoses have caused over 700,000 deaths in the past 2 decades, with a shocking 15% of those lives lost in 2021 alone. A key factor in this rise is fentanyl, a synthetic opioid 50 to 100 times stronger than morphine. Originally created for medical purposes, it has become lethal in the hands of cartels who use it to cut street drugs. A large portion of illegal drugs in the U.S. are produced outside the country and smuggled across borders. The Babel Street Insights platform leverages AI to analyze geolocation and data signals from online sources, supporting investigators in identifying potential drug sales and traffickers. With access to an extensive collection of enriched data from over 200 languages, this unique insights tool dives into the deep and dark web to uncover information unavailable through standard search engines. These capabilities provide investigators with a crucial edge in fighting the illegal drug trade. With Babel Street Insights, we can push back against drug traffickers, protect communities, and work towards a safer future. Discover more at babelstreet.com. Human trafficking is a worldwide crisis, with an estimated 27 million people reported as forced laborers and victims of exploitation in 2021 alone, generating profits exceeding $150 billion annually. However, hope remains in the fight against human trafficking. Introducing Babel Street Insights, an AI-powered platform designed to help detect and prevent trafficking. This advanced tool identifies potential traffickers and victims, reveals trafficking patterns and recruitment tactics, and supports surveillance and enforcement efforts. By analyzing online and dark web data, it provides insights into trafficking networks, criminal recruitment methods, and advertising used for recruitment, giving law enforcement vital information. The platform searches thousands of global online sources, including areas of the deep and dark web known to be focal points for trafficking activity. Babel Street Insights offers powerful tools like ad-based geolocation and data signals to assist in investigating suspected traffickers and conducting surveillance, ultimately increasing the chances of successful outcomes. With Babel Street Insights, we can work together to eliminate trafficking, deliver justice to those exploited, and bring hope to those who need it most. Learn more at babelstreet.com. Babel Street Insights could have provided significant support in the search for Summer Wells by leveraging its advanced data analysis capabilities. Here's how Babel Street might have been useful. Geolocation and telemetry data. Babel Street could analyze location-based data from mobile devices, public records, and social media to identify individuals who were in or near the area where Summer disappeared. This data can help create a movement map of people and vehicles around key times and locations, potentially highlighting suspicious activities or identifying witnesses. Deep and dark web monitoring. The platform's ability to scan parts of the deep and dark web might have been beneficial in uncovering any information related to her case. If there were mentions of Summer or information related to potential human trafficking or exploitation scenarios, Babel Street could assist law enforcement in uncovering and tracking these leads. Pattern recognition and connections. Babel Street's AI could be used to identify patterns and connections between individuals associated with the case. By analyzing data from social media and other sources, Babel Street might reveal relationships or communication patterns among suspects, helping investigators pinpoint leads or persons of interest. Publicly available data analysis. Babel Street Insights could gather and organize publicly available data, helping investigators process vast amounts of information posted online, including updates, potential sightings, and tips shared on social media or forums. This could help law enforcement quickly access and prioritize credible leads. Keyword and language detection. By analyzing keywords and phrases in multiple languages, Babel Street could support investigators in monitoring relevant discussions across a variety of sources. This could be particularly helpful in tracking mentions of Summer's name, her case, or other related terms across platforms, including those not easily accessible by standard search engines. By using these tools, Babel Street could have equipped investigators with critical insights, enhancing their ability to respond promptly and prioritize resources effectively in the search for Summer Wells. If the FBI or law enforcement had employed Babel Street Insights in the Summer Wells case, they might have used the platform to monitor key individuals such as Summer's parents, Dawn Wells and Candace Bly, as well as neighbors like Fred Hill and Jodasue Brown. Here's how Babel could have enhanced their investigation regarding these specific individuals. Location and movement analysis. By analyzing geolocation and telemetry data, Babel Street could help track the movements of Dawn, Candace, and neighbors during critical timeframes surrounding Summer's disappearance. This data might reveal their locations on the day she went missing, identify any inconsistencies in their accounts, or highlight any unusual movement patterns before or after her disappearance. Digital and social media footprint monitoring. Babel's capabilities to monitor social media posts, online interactions, and public records would enable investigators to track communications from individuals like Dawn, Candace, Fred Hill, and Jodasue Brown. By analyzing posts, comments, and interactions on various platforms, law enforcement might detect changes in behavior, statements that could offer clues, or suspicious connections with other individuals of interest. Cross-referencing contacts and relationships. Babel Street's AI could help identify connections and shared networks among these individuals by cross-referencing data from social media, communication platforms, and public records. This could reveal connections between Dawn, Candace, and local acquaintances or other associates involved in the investigation. Understanding the social web around them could lead to valuable insights into any collaboration, cover-ups, or hidden relationships. Dark web and encrypted communication monitoring. If any of the individuals were involved in hidden online activity, Babel Street's access to deep and dark web data could uncover encrypted communications, illicit activities, or attempts to hide online presence. For example, If there were any signs of attempts to sell information about Summer or conversations hinting at exploitation, this data could provide vital clues. Behavioral pattern analysis by tracking changes in online behavior or shifts in the topics they discuss. Babel Street's tools might help detect unusual behavior in individuals close to the case. For example, sudden changes in social media activity or language use by Don, Candace, or neighbors like Jodisu could flag potential areas for further investigation. This type of monitoring might also reveal attempts to influence public perception or...
One point I want to make and clear up, obviously.
So I find that that information is important. It was chopped up. I'm sorry, guys. Canva's really been giving me a hard time the last couple days. Hopefully this is the end of it because that thing popped up. I'm going to make sure when it's done being messed up that I go redo these, leave them how they are now, just try to fix them and post them so that you can read it. I'm also going to research a list of words you can use depending on what you're talking about. You could pick and you could tag and hashtag and more about how that works. Maybe I'll make a video for it instead of a community post. It's my opinion that they are actually asking for tips and that certain locals have been trying to shush the tips up. And I don't know why. I don't like that Jody Sue sits on her panel and says, you're over flooding the law enforcement, because that's not what's happening. This was the last interaction that the TBI had with the public. No, I'm not saying go flood them with tips. What I'm saying is there's other ways to do it if they start saying they're being flooded. But I think it's important that Summer's picture and face get out there. I think it's important. Hold on, guys. I can damn itch in my throat. Fucking weather changing. It's like hot, cold, hot, cold. All I do is get sick this time of year. Okay, so share her pictures, print her pictures out, put them on garbage cans, put them on telephone poles, put them in public bathrooms, put them at your grocery store, leave them at truck stops. I think that Summer's case hasn't gotten enough coverage. Dawn and Candace, I implore you to go to like morning talk shows. I implore you to go do more media, not social media, media, real media. If this documentary is true, I'm speculating that you also signed NDAs with somebody. Candace does not like Tim, did not like Tim. She stated that while you were in jail to Benny on the phone call about the stupid phone, which in my opinion is Tim taking media. He steals all our pictures, Candace said. I think Candace was forced into doing something, and Dawn did it for money. I feel Dawn uses the N-word. I feel, you know what? Let me leave the thing to myself. I feel Candace was scared and she's been silenced to talk in the media the way she wants to. That's my honest, humble opinion. She can come out and deny it, confirm it, talk about it. But she done already told us she doesn't like Tim Mullen. And I believe Tim Mullen jumped into this for a movie deal for something Netflix. That's just my opinion. I'm speculating. There's something real fucking rotten there with him. And I honestly don't still know what to think of the PIs. Like I keep saying, I just hope they're doing their job, but we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. It's private investigator for a reason. Dawn, if you signed some contract with these people, you're a real fucking dumbass. In my opinion.
A couple of days ago, I asked for the public not to help us in our search in the woods and stuff. That is because we know where every searcher is, where every team is, and
You know what, guys? It's still doing that shit. I'm going to end it here. Besides, there was some other stuff I wanted to add to this piece anyway. So that'll be the ending of my series, because I just showed Jinzal, and then I went up to the date of the 21st. My dog's driving me nuts. I went up to the date of the 21st, and then I showed you guys after that today. So my other videos are still going to post for a few days, quite a few days. And then this is the end of it. I'll chop it up, fix it somehow, some way. I found some Benny and Tiffany stuff I want to go over. I don't even know if I want to. I think it's all about this stupid documentary, to be honest with you. So I don't know what my next project's going to be. We'll figure it out. If you guys have any ideas, leave a comment. Don't forget to hit the like if you're in the background or if you're going to be part of the replay crew. I'll talk to you all soon. I'll announce next time I'm going live. I'm going to go play with this caption thing and see what's going on and let this dog out. He's being an asshole again. All right, guys. Peace and love. Bye.